Okay. So the hope is that my voice isn't robotic. I think I might have figured out what caused the problem, although I am a little concerned that the last time it happened, it seemed to happen at the exact same time one of my monitors started weirding out, which made me think it might be a power surge. But the fact that I turned off the voice compression on the actual wireless microphone, and then it went immediately away, might be a sign that the built-in voice compression function on these microphones is not great. And currently, it says it's LCF on. I don't know if that's, I mean, I could have swore I turned it off. I'm gonna turn it off. We'll leave it on for now. Alright. So we have to finish building both of these warp smiths. I think I'm just going to go with the wires. The little back wires. Oh, here we go. Basic full. We do need to get more recording of it as we go. But I think it works. The question is, one of them I might, because I gotta look. We have the stabs for the sorcerers, and some of them are two-handed. I wonder if a two-handed staff works, and then we can put the hammer or an axe on the end of it. Make it look badass. But we're probably gonna paint all of these components to be like semi-glowy. We'll see how that works. Let me go grab the other box. Guessing this is the other box. Why are none of them making noise? Okay, yeah, it's the other box. So we got these guys to put together. I don't want to paint them till Vashtor's here and together. So we're good on needing to paint stuff anytime soon. Don't need to worry about it. I'm beat. So tired right now. I don't know what's going on. Ugh. Well, maybe it's because I didn't go to sleep till like 3 a.m. Sucks. Like, I planned, I don't know. I guess my understanding of the releases for the Codex were off, because I was planning this weekend to be like, oh, I'll pick up my Codex from my local store Tuesday, and then I'll try to power through getting everything built before Friday, and then when Friday hits, I'll go to a game, and I'll have unpainted stuff, which will make me feel shameful, but it is what it is. But now it looks like I'm not even going to get the Codex until the last game that I have scheduled. So that's kind of weird. Thousand Suns it is. We have a list that I wanted to try out with Thousand Suns. It has a lot of mechanical components that I think are going to be useful. That I hope are going to be useful, honestly. On top of all this, we have to build a carrying case that I have. I actually got a carrying case explicitly for my Underworld stuff, but I mean, I can also, it's a small one, so I could also use it for general things as well, which is good. Okay. So we're looking for, I think both of these are the drills, right? Yeah, these are both supposed to be drills. Or one's a blade, I guess. This is actually kind of why I hate this model. You get weird stuff like this. Dangly bits. Oh, thank God. It evened out. I was worried that this was going to block the little dangly bit. Oh my God, just go in. Exist as you were supposed to. God, these parts are small. Freaking hate it when they're this small, man. Oh, I beat my first playthrough of RoboQuest yesterday. For people who play games and know what that is. I've had so many bad runs in that game where I start picking abilities and they just don't work. Actually, what? Okay. Doesn't feel right. Felt good though. I freaking love that game, man. Wish more people knew what it was. Apparently it means I unlocked the first tier of the expanded difficulty. I gotta get the rest of the crystals so I can unlock the chromatic armor. Which will make the game a little more interesting, a little more fun. dude, come on. There we go. No. What's up, Slow? Dude, RoboQuest is great. I loved the final boss. The music is fantastic. I just love playing it, man. I've got all but the final armor unlocked. I don't know. Last night, if you've played enough roguelikes, you kind of know that there's a moment when you're doing your build for your run that you go like, oh my god, this is the run. Right? Like, I knew it. I knew this was the run. Because everything I went into in RoboQuest, like every room, every fight, every crazy element of what I was supposed to clear and do, it was so easy. I had I sort of right off the bat, I was like, I got the worst freaking upgrades and I didn't want to use my reroll because it was like level 1. Which you really don't want to use your reroll at level 1. It's not something that's useful, really. Oh my god, these are wrong. Knew it. Knew it. Like, I knew it was the run. It was 100% the run. We had it. The first thing I got was do more damage with elemental, and I was like, you know what, screw it. I'll just take that as a starter. And then I got a random item that was like, do 20% more burn damage. And I was like, oh, hell yeah, man. We'll do 20% more burn damage. That's fine. And then I got this windmill gun that every like 2 shots would fire a big shotgun spray of bullets, and it had burn damage. So I used the perfume thing to take it all the way to legendary, and then I just kept upgrading it. And I was playing the javelin guy, so I got the perk where every time I hit someone with a javelin, it would fully reload my gun and give me infinite ammo for a short period of time, as well as increase my move speed and attack speed. Like, literally everything that could have gone right with that run went right. It was so good. I got the one where when you go stealth, you leave an image behind, and then that image, I got the upgrade that allowed it to do elemental damage, so I picked burn. Dude, like, I only had 2 crystals to limit the difficulty of the moon, and the moon didn't even matter to me. I just went straight through it, killed the final boss. I was like, oh my god, this is incredible. It was the same feeling when you get to the end of a Hades run in the first Hades, and you're just like, oh yeah, this is the build. This is what's going to win this. And then you do it, and it's just so easy. How you guys doing? Let me know if the voice goes roboto. I think I figured out the problem, but I'm not sure. The Judicar, what are we talking about? The Judiciar? This is a model that already exists. Is this a Grey Knight one? Are you referring to Grey Knight things? Or are you referring to Space Marine things? I think you're referring to Space Marine things. No, you might be referring to Grey Knight stuff. Oh no, there he is. Judiciar. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, Absolver Pistol. Okay damage. Actually, it's technically anti-elite, which is weird. It's only 1 attack, though, so that's probably not the thing that matters here. 6-inch movement, toughness 4, very bland, very basic. 4+ invul, not bad, not bad. Wounds 4, alright, a little tough. Leadership 5+, that's solid as a squad lead to have a 5+ leadership. OC1, pretty basic. Let's see what you get. When this model is leading a unit, that unit has the Fights First ability. That is actually really huge. That is massive. That is so massive. That is massive for counter charge, and that is massive for charging a unit, killing a bunch of stuff, living, and then getting to the next turn. Because here's a fun thing, right? So the Fight's First phase is what it is, right? It happens in its entirety, and then it goes into the regular phase. In both of those phases, the person whose turn it currently is not is the one that gets to choose what they're going to do for their first attack. So if you have this Judiciar in a squad and it's not your turn, and then somewhere else on the field, like let's say no charges went off. Like you have a bunch of squads in combat, nothing's happening, and then we're in the fight phase. Technically what you can do is you can do the Judiciar as a fights first, and then I think the way it works is if there's no other fights first on the field, it goes to the regular fight, which you also get to pick because it's not your turn. So technically you get to pick 2 things to fight with in sequence in that situation, which isn't common, we'll say, but it is what it is. It is a thing. But yeah, his squad ability, good. Silent Fury. Each time this model destroys an enemy character model until the end of the battle, add 1 to the attack characteristics of its Executioner Relic Blade. That's pretty good. He does have Dev Wounds Precision, which is really good if you think about it. I will say the statting on his Precision is like nice. It's actually good. 2+, Strength 7, AP 2, Damage 2. That's pretty good at killing units. And because you have Precision, it's pretty solid. What you're going to want to do with this, to my understanding of everything I've been reading, the way combat works in 40k... Why is this all shaky? The way combat works in 40k is every single individual dice is played through to the end, and whatever dies changes what happens going forward based on the buffs and debuffs those units had. So if you get this Judiciar into combat, and you're like, all right, let's roll to attack, do not roll your basic attacks first. If the opponent has a leader, and that leader gives the squad like some kind of defensive benefit, like Exalted Sorcerers give 4+ invulnerables to their squad, stuff like that, I would say roll the Judiciar first to try to kill that model, because once that model dies, as far as I can tell, and I need to double check this, the buffs the squad has go away. They're just gone at that point. So once you kill that leader, whatever attacks you have left can go into the normal squad. You don't have... Basically, you say everything precision is going into your leader until it's dead. So if you land all 5 attacks and all 5 wounds and you kill a leader in 2 strikes, the leader's buff, gone. Then 3 strikes, go into the regular squad, and you're fine. Because again, remember, you're rolling based on what's currently alive and all that stuff. So, in that instance, if there is a leader that makes it so the squad is -1 to hit for things targeting it, technically you're swinging on 3s. You're going to want to slow roll this. Ask how many wounds that model has. If it's like 4 or something, then just roll, have all 5 of your dice, roll 2. See if you hit with both. See if you wound with both. See if he saves any. If he doesn't, that model's now dead. The rest of your 3 attacks are hitting on 2s instead of 3s because that buff should be gone. In the QA, they clarified that the buffs that models provide to the squad only persist until that model dies. And since damage and death is done through the entire course of dice rolling until each individual dice is rolled, technically that's how it works. Like, they would lose their defensive buff, and you and the rest of your squad still have attacks to go at now regular hitting, because you no longer need to worry about any defensive -1 to hit or -1 to wound rolls. They're all gone. So you can slow roll those to make sure you roll the 3s you need, and then with whatever you have left, you're like, oh, now these are on 2s. Hi-yah! And then you can just wipe them out that way. So that's actually an insanely strong model. It's a really good model for 70 points. Put them in you said a Blade Guard, right? Yeah, put them in a Blade Guard squad, put them in a vehicle like a Land Raider, pop them out, run them in, get some kills. He gets +1 to his attacks. It's a fantastic unit to have because if you're playing, if you play and you draw the assassination rule as a mission, you have a Land Raider that's super fast. You can get it to a place that has a character and a squad. Just pop that squad out, get the kill on the character. You're good. You did it. Assassination complete. Everyone raise a glass. Yeah, it's a solid concept. I like it. I like it. That's if that's what you want to do, right? Like, this is kind of how the game's played. There's a lot of really good combos and hammers you can design for how you want to play the game. And if you think that that is good enough to be your hammer, then go for it. It's like me with the Vastor detachment that we're working to build right now. I want to use Helldrakes because Helldrakes do seem like a really, really good hammer. Which is why we're building them that way. Alright, 1 down. Let's figure out this other one. And then maybe we'll figure out the Terminator Lord. What does a regular Terminator Lord get from the leak? Chaos Lord in regular armor, Dark Commune, Terminator Squad. Chosen Raptors, Warp Talons, Havocs. Where the hell? Oh, I think this is it. I think this is him. Chaos Terminator Lord. Going to add the stripes. What do you mean? Are you talking about the Thousand Sun stripes? I mean, we already have the Thousand Sun stripes on his head. And then I've added the Thousand Sun Sorcerer shoulder pads. And then we added the Thousand Sun hanging cloth components. I think we're fine where we are with it. The main ones would be like the legs. I actually don't like the legs the way they are. Specifically this one forward leg. We could shave it down and just make it flat and then only do the painting side of things. Like this thing here. This is one of my key issues with Chaos Space Marine models. Because they're always covered in iconography. I don't have the bird skulls anymore. They only give you like 4 bird skulls on the skull container, or the skull collection. Still think it's weird that they put them on these little bike rack things. Bird skull could do it though, but yeah, we don't really have that, sadly. All right, so if I were to build a regular Terminator Lord, Chaos Bolter, combi weapon, probably go combi weapon. Although I don't really have that as a visual. Chain Fist, looks like Exalted Weapon. A Cursed, which is twin-linked. I'm guessing that's dual. You have to carry 2 of them, and then a Power Fist. Model's Exalted Weapon can be replaced with one of the following: 1 Chain Fist, 1 Power Weapon. Model's Combi Bolter and Exalted Weapon can be replaced with the pair, which is twin-linked. Once per battle, 1 unit from your army with this ability can be targeted by a stratagem for 0 CP. Even if it is a different unit from your army that has already been targeted with the stratagem this phase. That's not good. I don't really care about that. Everything in the backstory list is only for vehicles. So targeting this squad with a free stratagem only really helps the standard stratagems, which I think only really helps rerolls, which isn't that bad, actually. It's not bad to just be like, oh, let me get a free reroll real quick on this squad, but like, eh. Each time an attack is allocated to this model, have the damage characteristic. That's also not good, because it's this model, it's not this unit. That's not great. How are the Terminators looking that they would... Like, that's weird that he would attach to a Terminator squad and provide no benefit outside of CP. Chaos Terminator squad. Each time this unit makes a Dark Pact, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can reroll the hit roll. So you just get full hit rerolls with a Dark Pact, which is good. Yeah, the Terminator Lord in this squad sucks. Like, that actually kind of sucks. He doesn't really give them too much good stuff. I think the Sorcerer Terminator Lord was way better. Where the hell is he? Oh, here he is. While this model is leading a unit, you can reroll advance and charge rolls. That's massive. At the start of your shooting phase, 1 Psyker from your army with this ability can use it. If it does, select an enemy within 12 inches. Roll a dice to see if you hurt yourself. And then if you succeed, improve the armor pen characteristic of attacks targeting that squad by 1. Yeah, this sorcerer, a lot better. 100%. He's so much better. Yeah, I heard the Corvus Cabal for AOS was getting dropped. All right, we're going to try. I want to see the idea we had with this guy. Because I do kind of want them both to look a little different. And I kind of have an idea here. I'm going to zoom out. Because I'm kind of zoomed all the way in. So we need the shoulder. Back. Feel like when I looked at the Corvus Cabal, their leader unit in that squad was probably the only one that was like, oh man, these wings. I think that was the right one, maybe. Or maybe it was the Daughter of Cain thing. I can't remember. There was one character that I saw in all of AOS where I was just like, yo, if I could just get a box of these wings, I'd be the happiest person ever. I'd be converting freaking everything. You guys would see some wild looking Rubric Marine or Sorcerer style raptors. How's it going, everyone, though? I think, so we might stream tomorrow. It depends. Arcfane's supposed to be here before the weekend. My Rhino is supposed to be here today. If I can get both of those things in place. Oh, the issue is my game on Saturdays at open, and I already pre-ordered the Codex from around here. I'm going to be staying somewhere else, though. Like, I'm staying at my friend's house, which is a lot closer to the place I'm getting these games in, right? So, like, I don't want to drive bright and early the whole way back here to pick up my pre-order and then drive all the way back for my game, only to, in front of my opponent, be like, all right, let me make my list real quick. Let me make sure the points values are all good. There is stuff we do need to adjust, though. We need to grab my Forge Fiends and actually put them together properly. You know, do good work on them. I actually really like this list, though, that I've already come up with. We'll have to see what the points changes do, although I don't think points changes necessarily happen right away, right? Like,
It's been pretty consistent that points changes don't seem to occur on the drop of the Codex. This is not what I was looking to fix. Did I not cut the shoulder out? I swore I cut the shoulder out. I did cut the shoulder out. Where'd the shoulder go? Alright, I got it. It probably won't be super bad. So the idea with this one, we have all of these two-handed stabs in here. Yo, that is actually kind of wild that that fits. Yo, that's actually like designed for it. It fits perfectly. We'll have to see if that actually works with the head we're going to pick. Because I think we have this one. It's a bit smaller. A bit more standard of a head. I think it might be a Terminator head. Or it was a Sorcerer head meant for the backing that we're about to put on, potentially. But yeah, let's see. How's this supposed to go? This looks weird. It's sized right, though. I just need to trim the one clip, although I don't like how it's set that way. Esquire? This guy's dropping the Esquire on me. Nah, yeah. The rats have come and gone. We are rat-free. It is actually kind of wild how universal a lot of stuff is between all the sets. You already play Sigmar, or was it one of those things where you kind of wanted to, but you needed that final push? That final assessment of new rules or new something. Because that's kind of how I feel, right? Whenever there's new rules. Like, that was probably the big thing that made me okay at getting into 40k, was the fact that, hey, you know, 9th edition's over. Everyone is going into the uncharted territory of 10th, which means you have a chance at getting in on the ground floor. Learning the same way at the same speed that everyone else is. A lot of them will have an advantage over you to a degree because they've already been within these systems and they already kind of know what to look for. But a lot of the rules are going to be new. A lot of the rules are going to adjust meta, which means you're right there. Probably should have did this before doing the neck. Now I gotta reassess the neck again. Because AOS was kind of that way. I got into AOS because of the event at the store. Slither scale. But like the whole thing about that event that made it interesting to me was the fact that at least initially they didn't want you to have to interact with the more advanced AOS rules. They were actually completely fine with you only focusing on, you know, like build the team, roll dice. And that was it. It was the end of it. So I didn't have to do like the grand scheme plans or any of that stuff. I didn't have to care about any of that. It was just about, you know, get to the points, hold them, fight some enemies, exist. Great. Solid. Look at this nonsense. Dude, this is so cool. He looks so wild. Ah, hammer. Hammer gun. Simple kit bashes, man. They're the best kit bashes. Because by the time you're done with them, they feel right. Why it's great that a lot of these components are universal. Like, the approach of making the arm joints universal is great. It's a perfect concept. I need one more shoulder pad. I kind of wish they figured out a way to make these pretty consistently universal, though. Because a lot of the times what you're going to see out of 40K models is I'm starting to notice we're getting a lot more monopose stuff, so we don't have the ability to just be like, oh, let me add these really cool components and functions in. And a lot of the times the scales are different. Like, I get that that Primarchs need to be bigger, right? I get it. I 100% get it. Primarchs, larger. It's good. But man, what if I want to use some cool Primarch extra bits on other things? Like for the lion or girly man. Alright, so I got the shoulder pad, but I could have swore I had like better ones. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna actually try. to play a game. Like, I'm gonna try to play a game where I'm not like, hey, I'm gonna meme real quick. You know, what'd be funny is if I ran at you with all of these models that won't kill you and achieved nothing at the end and simultaneously scored no points. Phone call. Okay. Schedule conflict, of course. Why not? Looks like my parents are trying to offload stuff to other people. And they found a guy who's willing to purchase stained glass from them, because they have a ton of stained glass stuff they were just keeping in the attic for some reason. Do not ask. I do not know. Yeah, but apparently it's a drive, and they need my help to get it all in the car, because they are old, and stained glass is heavy. Let me get this guy's head in. And I might have to bail early. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. I did really want to like crack into this as well as work on my carrying case. I might actually take the carrying case with me in my car so I can at least build it somewhere else. Nah, I want to record building it. I need B-roll of that so I can show people. Oh, I hate it when schedules change like this. They really shouldn't. Does this fit? I don't think it does anymore. No. So, sadly, I think I need to go. I need to get moving. We're working towards this, though. This guy's casting hammer. Quick little hour stream. I like it. I like the direction it's going. Because he's going to be... I want them to look different. A lot of their components are going to be very samey. But I do want them to have like some difference. Because if I do end up running 2 of them as well as 2 Forge Fiends, I want them to still feel like very unique in some ways. Because a lot of the stuff I have looks very samey just because of how the parts came together for them. But yeah. I gotta get moving apparently. Thanks for swinging through. Tomorrow, though, regular stream time, probably an extended amount of stream. Arcfane should be here in the next couple days, but there should be a Rhino here today. So, at the very least, we need to finish these, build the Rhino, get Arcfane together. Once all those are together, that is a massive setup for a massive painting week, because I still have to paint 3 Flamers, 6 Screamers, and I got to put the last coat of white primer on my... Fate Skimmer. Dude, we have so much to paint. We have so much to paint. And then we have to, do I need to fix the Forge Fiends before I play this list? Doesn't need to happen now, but you know. God, I hate that I gotta go, but I gotta go because they do need help and they are old. Till tomorrow, guys.